Hello, my name is Kayla Hall and I am an extrovert. An extrovert is an outgoing, overly expressive person, and I believe that as a person in the communications field and in concentration in PR, I will be able to succeed. I believe that you should speak and voice your opinion no matter the situation. And this would relate to me when I am trying to help my clients and I have to present to my clients. I will not be afraid to present to them my ideas and what I have to help their company or business drive. I'm not afraid to voice my opinion. I will let them know what is wrong with their company and how I can fix it. I am very confident in my words and in myself, and I think that is because my mother always told me to lift your head and let it be known that you are confident. Even though I am confident and I am very outgoing and an expressive person, I also like to sit back and listen, which is kind of my introverted side. But I also would not consider myself an ambivert because I am more of a extrovert. I am very talkative. I am very outgoing. I like to do things. I love to tell people about who knows. I love to just talk to people. On page 99 through 101, Kane was talking about a scientist named Jerome Keegan, and he was conducting an experiment to see the difference between an extrovert and an introvert. So he had two people, Tom and Ralph. Tom was the introverted person while Ralph was the outgoing person. Ralph was the extrovert. So I consider myself Ralph in this situation. In the book, Ralph was talking to the person interviewing him, and he was talking to him as if he was talking to a friend or a colleague and not a person that is older than him who is his elder. And that relates to me. For instance, if I'm in a meeting with my client, I'm not going to talk to them as if I don't know them. I would like them to feel comfortable around me, and I would like to feel comfortable myself. So I feel as if I would like to make the atmosphere very friendly. And also, with that being said, if I am in a atmosphere where I know that I need to change my qualities, maybe I need to stop acting so outgoing and kind of bring myself to a reserved side, or stop being so loud and kind of, tone it down a little bit. That has to do with page 12, 212, when Kane was mentioning self-monitoring. And self-monitoring is when people are highly skilled and they know what they're doing and they know how to modify their behavior to a social demand. And that is very related to an extroverted person because we know how to switch up in a situation. If we need to speak to someone and they're not very fond of a certain way that we normally approach somebody, we will switch it up so that they can understand and would want to work with you. In the book on page 171, there is a test where you can figure out if you are reward oriented or you're threat oriented. And I realized that I am more on the reward oriented side, but I also have some qualities from the threat oriented side. The reward oriented side is when, excuse me, is when you get excited for certain things. Like, I do get excited for getting an award. I feel like that's a big accomplishment since you've been working towards it. I do get excited when I get a new job and I feel like I'm on top of the world because, you put in so much effort towards accomplishing your goals, and it's just like you just want to be happy about it, but at the same time you're thinking about your flaws. What did I do wrong, but I still got to this point? And also think about, sometimes I don't care about what people think about me, but at the same time I do take into context what they do think about me, because you never know how someone feels about you, and you can probably take this and change yourself. And this honestly relates to the reward oriented or threat oriented. It's like there's both sides, but which one are you on? And I realized that I was on both. I believe the book Quiet by Susan Cain was chosen for our class because it was chosen to help people understand why they are in the communications field and how they can change themselves if they wanted to become an extrovert, how they can still have their introverted qualities but also be an extrovert, which is an ambivert. This book helped me honestly to understand why I am an extrovert and why I am in this field. And I realized that it is because I know how to put myself out there. I know how to be very, I know how to explore. I know how to express myself. I know how to be outgoing. I know how to talk. Beginning of the book Quiet, Susan Cain stated on page 15, if there is only one insight you take away from this book, though, I hope it's a newfound sense of entitlement. I do take a new sense of entitlement with me after reading this book because now I am more profound with the word extrovert. I am not afraid to say that I am an extrovert, even though sometimes people call me loud and say that I am a little too outgoing. At the end of the day, this is what's going to help me succeed in my future and help me to get a good job.